Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world today. Welcome to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. I am leadership specialist, wealth mentor, as well as author of a few books, but most importantly, your friend. And I welcome you to the show for those of you listening in by way of podcast. Right now, we are about to actually go live on Facebook, so please stand by. Well, hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Welcome, everyone. It's leadership specialist, wealth mentor, author of a few books, most importantly, your friend, Lakeisha McKnight, and I welcome you to the Leadership TKO Live Night Show. Welcome to the show, everyone. I'm super elated, excited that you are tuning in, whether it's live or catching the replay here. Welcome to the show. And so this show goes live every single night. Okay, every single night between 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And our mission, our purpose truly is to empower leaders like yourself with the ability to win from the inside out, growing your influence, your impact, and your income. Those are the three areas that we focus in on. So listen, if that is something you want to work on, becoming a better leader, you want to be able to know how to grow your impact, how to impact more lives, and truly grow your income, you are in the right place at the right time. And there are several ways to participate in this particular stream. So number one, like or love the stream if you're trying to do any of those things, okay? Also, there's a comments feature, so share your thoughts below. Also, share your city, state, country, where you're from as you're tuning in live or the replay. And then also share this stream out. Do a watch party. I encourage you to get the word out because, again, we together are building leaders. We can do it together. We can accomplish more together. So just as I've asked you to share this out, to love it, I'm actually going to do it right now. I'm going to practice what I preach. That's right. I'm going to practice what I preach, and I am going to do that, okay? I am going to send this out to some of my business colleagues, of course, to plug in, encouraging them to plug in as well. And so for all of my wealth building family members out there, AU, thank you so very much for plugging into the show on tonight. I'm excited. So listen, many of you probably see, right? You see the title in the description area, somewhere near the video. It should be above. We're talking about what you need to avoid when it comes to presenting your opportunity. Now, you might want to stay plugged in because it's going to be short and sweet. Things have changed with the TKO Live Night Show. We're not here for a long duration of time. You're going to get it and we're going to get out. Okay? So listen, what to avoid. Now, if you're trying to figure out, well, why is Lakeisha sharing this information? Well, I've actually been online. I've been in the networking profession for at least over 10 years, okay? I've been plugged in for over 10 years, but I've become serious about this thing over the last 3 to 4 years. And listen, what do you need to avoid? You need to avoid being unprepared when it comes to sharing your opportunity. Now, what does that look like? Okay? What does it look like for an attorney to go into a courtroom and not having spoken to the clients or the witnesses involved? What does it look like for a person, right, a teacher, to not prepare his or her plans before going before the students to share the information and teach them? So for those of you networkers out there, whether it's direct sales, whether it's e-commerce, if you're trying to present your opportunity, it's best that you prepare. What does that look like? What does preparation looks like? That actually looks like you on your own time, okay, intentionally saying, you know what, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to look at the presentation, I'm going to review this information. I'm going to go into my back office and see what that's all about. I'm going to make sure I look at some training and make sure I spend a designated amount of time each day on the training. I'm going to make sure, for example, that I have the presentation with me, that I have access to the webinar replay or the live webinar link so that you can share it with other people. Because the point of the matter is, being equipped means that you have the resources readily available and you've also done your homework. You've done your due diligence in terms of studying. I'm talking about those of you who are already plugged into the opportunity. I'm not talking about those of you who are prospects or not plugged into an opportunity yet. This is specifically for those of you who are already online entrepreneurs, network marketers, direct sales professionals. We need to be better prepared. So even if you're going to do a webinar presentation, that means that you either have your PowerPoint presentation, you've gone over it several times. It does not necessarily mean memorizing the entire presentation, because that removes the authenticity of you delivering the information. People, when they come to a webinar, when they come to a live presentation, you ought to give them an experience. When you're sharing the opportunity, especially if you're doing a live presentation in front of an audience, or whether it's virtual or live in person, you should be providing an experience. So I want you to think about that when you're given an assignment, or for example, when you're thinking about sharing the opportunity. Have your tools ready, whether it's your links, okay, to videos or audio, whatever it may be. Have it ready so that you can share it out to them. Have your story ready, because we talked about the story on yesterday's session. Make sure that you're prepared. You've gone over the presentation a few times. All right? Become familiar with the information. Don't necessarily memorize it, but become familiar. This is what you need to avoid when it comes to presenting your opportunity. Again, people want to feel like you're solving a problem. And remember, they don't want to feel that they're being sold to. Remember, they buy into you before they buy into your opportunity. So again, thank you so very much, everyone, for tuning in to the TKO Live Night Show. Now, look, this didn't come overnight. Like, I didn't learn this information overnight. It took some time, because there were moments where I felt like I had to memorize every single word, especially when I did speeches, whether it's a keynote presentation or sharing information in front of a group for an opportunity that I was connected to. And so I had to have training, and I received training from the best. Now, speaking of the best, one of my amazing mentors is Mr. Ty Best, and I learned from watching him giving presentations and watching him, of course, whether it's virtual or in person. And then also receiving some updated training, because we have a new normal going on. And while we can't necessarily do a lot of live presentations in person right now, you have to learn how to leverage social media. And so I'm getting updated training, and this training is proven to be beneficial. If you've been following on Facebook on my timeline, you begin to see some differences. And there is some great Facebook training out there, I'm telling you. Now, if you want to get your hands on some training that's going to help you to grow your brand, your business, it's going to help you to understand this whole dynamic of attraction marketing, I encourage you to reply to this video or send me an inbox message, because now is the time to start leveraging the platforms we're on the most, and that includes Facebook. Now, if you're also trying to build wealth, you know what time it is. That is exactly who I am, a wealth mentor, along with my husband. And so I encourage you, you ready to really activate 7 streams of income and do so much more? You want to truly leave a generational wealth? Send me a message. I'll help you with that, because now is the time. It truly is. And we do have a presentation coming up at 9:00 p.m. tonight. So you can also tune into that. Simply go to goldrocks.info. That's right, goldrocks.info. And inbox the person that shared this with you so you can get the password to join us on the platform tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But listen, I want you to think seriously about what you're doing and how you're presenting this information, your opportunity. Learn these platforms. And if you're looking at Facebook, you need to get training from the best professionals out there. There's training that is working. It's working. It's working for me. And I've been online for some time, and I'm seeing some amazing results. And so if you're looking for some stellar training on how to leverage this platform we're on often, inbox me, because you want to get your hands on it. I'm telling you, it's working. And so listen, that's all that I have for you on tonight. And I encourage you all, listen, tune into this show every single night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here live on Facebook. We're going to be back tomorrow night as well. So until the next time that you and I come together again, I encourage you to think, to speak, and to live leadership. Good night, everyone, and God bless.